Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a terrific Thursday, the very final day of 2020, an eventful and historic year it has been. Most of us have made it to the end of the year. Let's be thankful, let's be grateful that we've gotten to see December 31st, 2020. There are a lot of people who didn't make it this far, so we need to be grateful despite the circumstances, despite the environment, despite your surroundings, despite your personal situation. Give thanks for life. A special good morning to each and every one of you tuning in to this program this morning. Always appreciate your time, your viewership, and your listenership. The folks watching on the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11, and 20, and of course, special good morning to the listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9, Hot 98.5, 98.7. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. To the folks joining us across the region, whatever part of the Caribbean you are, a special spicy Grenadian 473 morning to you, my brothers and sisters in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So far, no major changes, so we continue to keep you in our thoughts and prayers. And those of you tuned in internationally, whichever part of the world you are, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let's get straight to this morning's word of the day. A fitting word of the day it is. This morning's word of the day is sayonara. Sayonara. S-A-Y-O-N-A-R-A. Sayonara. It's a noun which means farewell or goodbye. Sayonara comes from the Japanese word, which is a shortening of a word that means literally, if it be so, that the time for partying has come. Sayonara consists of a word that combines thus and if it be. Sayonara entered English in the second half of the 19th century. That's this morning's word of the day. Sayonara, S-A-Y-O-N-A-R-A. It's a noun which means farewell or goodbye. Examples of the use of the word: as little brothers go, he's probably the worst. If he gets to play her, he can say sayonara to your rupees. Another example, hold on, I'm going to pull up the tune. There we go. Right, another example of the use of the word: then broke the news to his colleagues that he would be saying a permanent sayonara to the field. This morning's word of the day, sayonara, S-A-Y-O-N-A-R-A, a noun which means farewell or goodbye on this final day of 2020. And as we get into the brand new year of 2021, the thought of today: on the very first hour of the first day of the new year, we can realize that nothing changes except a year. On the very first hour of first day of new year, we can realize that nothing changes except a year. Sometimes we prepare for major things, it never happens. Sometimes we expect things to happen and it doesn't. All that changes is just the number at the end of the year, from 2020 to 2021. But in the meantime, as we celebrate, it is Make Up Your Mind Day. Make Up Your Mind Day encourages us to quit wavering, take a side and follow through with a decision and stick to it. It comes specifically on all years as people get ready to welcome in a brand new year and a brand new attitude to tackle in brand new things. Make Up Your Mind Day. And of course, it's New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, lots of mixed feelings on this day. It gives us the opportunity to reflect on the past year with all its highs and lows, but we also get ready to it says party, but considering the climate, we get ready to welcome in the new year. Let's put it that way. It is all years. Speaking of welcoming the new year, government issued a news release yesterday just as a heads up as to what is taking place. According to the news release, they have granted permission to the Royal Grenada Police Force and several designated hotel facilities to launch displays of fireworks as is customary on New Year's Eve, All Year's Day, All Year's Night. So there would be a few firework displays taking place in the south of the island. However, that is not permission for parties and fetes and other gatherings. These hotels have been given strict rules as to how they can do the display. There are no FETs. Remember, curfew still in place at 7:59. Everybody should be in their yard space. And the news release specifically said you can observe the fireworks from the comfort of your own home and your yard space. So the folks in the middle of the island, northeast, the north, possibly to the east, I'm not sure how much fireworks you'll see. Most of the hotels are in the south of the island. There are one or two, around the place, but you may have to just light a candle and imagine that it's fireworks going off. I don't know. Celebrate it in your yard space. The operative words here are in your yard space. So if you can see the fireworks, bless up your whole self. If you can't, make the fireworks yourself in your yard space. So if you see the fireworks, don't think it's a fete going on and all. It's start to quarrel, and no, it's no fete. It's just the fireworks. So it's just the workers on the job, maybe just management, with the police observing to let you know that, it's midnight, fireworks going off. So don't think it's fete and all start to fight. Get it together. Right, so let me make sure. Right, curfew begins at 8 p.m., ends at 5 a.m. During those hours, everyone must remain confined to his or her yard space. So don't think you're going down in a hotel and see the fireworks. You may just have to book a room and set up yourself right. All right, and just before we go to the news, a reminder that as of Monday, Blossom Robin Alexis-Welsh would be on a vacation. Vacation. I would be back with you once God spares life in February 2021. I'll be home sleeping, making sure the sun rises before I do. I'll leave you in the capable hands of Joseph Cador. He'll be in the chair every morning until I return once God spares, and once God blesses me with the power to be here, I shall definitely return. So don't miss me too much. I'm going to miss y'all just a little bit. Just a little bit. But once God spares, I'll be back. Joseph, the big man in the business, JC, will definitely handle. All right, it's now 6:45. It's time to get ready for the morning edition of news and highlights of last evening's newscast. This is the final day of 2020. We're getting ready to usher in a new year. What are your New Year's resolutions? We'll discuss when we come back on Talk the Things Thursday. We'll be right back.
And now it's taking a licking. The defendant being tried in absentia, the company is taking heat from the government for what it claims to be a lack of development of the power company during its 26-year control of the entity. Unsubstantiated claims were made today by Finance and Public Utilities Minister Gregory Bowen in his first public statement since the government closed the repurchase deal with Grenlec. GBN's Gerard Joseph was among journalists who quizzed Minister Bowen on various aspects of the deal. Before they were allowed to field questions, they first heard accusations that Grenlec was not providing adequate service to the people of Grenada.
Finance Minister Gregory Bowen has quipped that load shedding is already taking place at the Grenlec plant. He is suggesting that WRB has allowed the plant to deteriorate with no upgrades in recent years. The minister alluded to WRB using millions to pay special dividends instead of pumping the monies back into the company for development. This formed part of the rationale government went ahead with the liberalization of the energy sector and create more avenues for development. This and more, including the source of funds for the repurchase, were revealed as the government sat down with the media on Wednesday. Many are questioning where government got the money from to pay WRB for its shares. Based on the deal, the government needed over 200 million Eastern Caribbean dollars to buy back the shares. Finance Minister Gregory Bowen told the media that government used a loophole within the capital expenditure budget to source the US $63 million to pay WRB.
All the parliamentary approval was already given for capital expenditure. Now, within the rules of the Public Finance Management Act, yes, you can move capital expenditure around. You cannot move capital into recurrent. Yes? So when you have some expenditure that should have been done on capital work, and because of the lockdown and things, it was not done, you have that allocation already approved by cabinet and under the act, by the parliament, and under Parliamentary Approval Act, you can move from one capital project into another.
During the briefing, Minister Bowen was critical of the way WRB managed Grenlec.
It is obvious that the idea was to run the system down, do not invest. And again, that came out strongly at the tribunal hearings, that the investment made in the company was zilch. So that if government is forced to buy it back, what will happen immediately after? You'll see a spate of load shedding. The public is not aware that we have already reached that stage.
Contrary to Bowen's claims, many have commended WRB for the excellent way in which it developed the electricity infrastructure over the last 26 years, with hardly a day when the country lost power except during hurricanes and adverse weather conditions. However, very early in his presentation, Mr. Bowen was on the attack and making allegations that the country was facing load shedding.
We're at a state where load shedding has occurred. We are at a state when if the largest engine is taken off for maintenance and anything happens to another base set, then we will have load shedding.
Another aspect of the repurchase that has caused concern surrounds whether Grenlec will continue operating as a private entity or whether it would be an arm of the government.
Grenlec will continue to operate as a private company under the Companies Act. There'll be shareholders meeting. You have a good quantity of small shareholders around. They would meet. Before you do anything at a level, they'll appoint a board, etc. So it will just continue in the same strain.
It's a development that has caused quite a stir, coming at the end of what has been a tumultuous year. The jury is out on how the cards will be stacked in the deck for 2021. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Source of funds forms are needed for transactions over 10,000 EC dollars. Well, the government needed more than 200 million, and the Grenadian people have been asking where the government got the money. GBN's Trelana Charles tried to track the funds during today's press briefing.
As the general public continues to clamor for clarity regarding the repurchasing of Grenlec shares from WRB Enterprise by the government, one word has been consistently mentioned in their inquiries: money. In a press conference on Wednesday, Minister of Finance, Public Utilities and Energy Gregory Bowen was bombarded with questions regarding the source of the $63 million paid to WRB to reacquire 61.6% of Grenlec's shares.
Explain to me how we gather $63 million out of the budget.
From what source are these funds coming from, ministers?
Where exactly did money come from?
Minister Bowen was placed on the back foot, but was ready for the googlies and the bouncers.
Yeah, the money came from the state to pay. It was not represented in the estimate because we could not have done a lot of things during the COVID time. I remember the return of the shares in Grenlec is a capital issue. And so under the budgetary arrangement for 2020, there was room in there.
He said the money was approved by Parliament since it is a capital expenditure. Therefore, no specific allocation for the shares in the 2021 budget was necessary.
Well, the parliamentary approval was already given for capital expenditure. And within the rules of the Public Finance Management Act, yes, you can move capital expenditure around. You cannot move capital into recurrent. Yes? So when you have some expenditure that should have been done on capital work, and because of the lockdown and things, it was not done, you have that allocation already approved by cabinet and under the act, by the parliament, and under Parliamentary Approval Act, you can move from one capital project into another.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Oliver Joseph also made an effort to explain how the government was able to procure the $63 million when it was needed.
And at the end of the year, you look through every capital project to see where you did not spend because of the lockdown and the COVID situation, you look to see where you did not spend, and then you see if you have the cash, and that is where the money came from, the savings on the capital side of the budget.
Inquiries were made as to which capital projects, if any, have lost their monies as a result of the share purchasing. Minister Bowen maintained that the money was accumulated due to the government's prudent management from 2013 to present and from the state's coffers. Trelawna Charles, GBN News.
It has been a relationship that was fraught with tension for 26 years. There was never a dull day between WRB and the new National Party government. Pundits put it all down to a vendetta on the part of some officials, including Finance and Energy Minister Gregory Bowen. He was the Grenlec manager when majority shares were sold to WRB by the NDC government. He parted company with Grenlec soon after. 26 years later, he is believed to be savoring the victory with the departure of WRB. At today's news conference, he lamented the state of the company. Trelawna Charles takes a look at the blame game and its potential impact on relations with investors.
In the Government of Grenada's statement released on Tuesday regarding the buyback of Grenlec's shares from WRB Enterprise, the government accused the previous shareholders of using an affiliate company to plow back profits into their own hands. In the government's press conference on Wednesday, Minister of Finance Gregory Bowen reiterated the statement, saying WRB received dividends which should have been used to maintain Grenlec's generating capacity, but was not.
That 57 million of extraordinary dividend should have been plowed back into the company so that we have generating sets now, such that if the largest engine is taken out for maintenance and something happens to the next largest engine, you still have sufficient engine to maintain the status quo with respect to reliability. We do not have this.
When asked his opinion on the statement, business sector representative in the Senate, Chris Diali, said the situation has always existed and has been questioned in the past.
Always been around. It's something that when you look at the agreements closely, the shareholding in Grenlec with that affiliate company brought it up to 61.7%, I believe. And when they declared dividends, those dividends were also declared to that affiliate company. So Grenlec have always had that inside there. So when you look closely, that is nothing new in the sense that it has always existed. And what they did in terms of how they declared dividends, one could always say that they would have gotten dividends twice.
It is no secret that the government and the WRB had a testy relationship for the past 26 years. We asked Senator Diali whether he thinks this will act as a deterrent for potential investors.
From an investor point of view, the sale of shares in companies and the transfer of shares happens all the time. There's nothing strange about that, but you may put to this the issue of the political element that comes into the whole arrangement and the fact that WRB and the government couldn't work and what that says and possibly what that could mean down the road. But
as the government moves to forge a new path with Grenlec, the World Bank and the International Renewable Energy Agency have been approached to aid in gaining the services of a world-class management company to manage the utility. Trelawna Charles, GBN News.
Now, the Florida-based company issued a statement on Monday explaining the circumstances surrounding the severing of ties with Grenada. It highlighted WRB's desire to serve the island for another quarter century after serving with distinction for the past 26 years. The company said that while they are sad to exit their investment in Grenlec, they are proud to have transformed it into a world-class utility system and making it one of the best-run utilities in the Caribbean. WRB added that they would have preferred to stay and continue their involvement for another quarter century. However, government's unwillingness to work in a collaborative process despite many attempts, prevented them from moving forward together constructively. After hearing the various accusations leveled against the company today, GBN's Jared Joseph made several attempts to reach Mr. Robert Blanchard Jr., the chairman and CEO of WRB Enterprises. However, when he called the Miami office initially, there was no answer. On his final attempt, the GBN reporter was redirected to Mr. Blanchard's secretary, who informed him that the CEO was most likely not present in the office. She took his contact details with a promise to have Mr. Blanchard return a call. More spin than facts. That's how a local political activist is describing the government's utterances on the Grenlec repurchasing deal. Randall Robinson, a former executive member of the National Democratic Congress, is one of the 3 protesters who stood outside the ministerial complex entrance on Monday and Tuesday, demanding answers about the Grenlec deal. Robinson says the Grenadian people deserve more than what the ministers gave account for during Wednesday's press conference. He says it was more spin than facts.
And again, people are left with, in a state, in a quandary as to what really went on. Where did this $63 million materialize from? Yes, that has not been properly answered if we were to ask. So they had that approval, and so something was left. Something is going to be left undone so that we could do this. What it is that is being left undone, they cannot say. Where did you get the money from? We did well since coming into office, 7 years ago, as the case might be. Is that good enough for Grenadians? Is that really good enough for Grenadians?
Robinson says they still feel like the people of Grenada are being treated like mushrooms and kept in the dark by the government.
They said that, the board will be constituted and by ordinary shareholders. But that can't be, because right at this moment, the government owns 71% of the shares in Grenlec. 71% of the shares in Grenlec. That means that they are in the driver's seat. They have controlling interest in Grenlec. So you can't come to the public and say that the 1,600 shareholders will have a say in who is going to make it onto the board and so on, when you have 71% of the shares. I mean, who it is you're really trying to fool? So, the minister needs to come clean with the Grenadian people. Even before you have come, you're already looking for a management company outside to run the company. If they are looking for a management company to run the affairs of Grenlec, don't you think then that somebody has to have some sort of control over that management company? So how could it be that the government is looking for a management company to come in to manage the affairs of Grenlec and then divest itself of all its shares of Grenlec? That does not make much sense to me. Anybody who's going to be spending that kind of money wants a controlling interest.
And we're still on the topic. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is assuring the nation that there is no change in the status of workers at the Grenada Electricity Company's Services Limited Grenlec. Dr. Mitchell also assures that the management structure of the company remains unchanged. His comments follow concerns expressed in GBN television news last night by the president of the Technical and Allied Workers Union, Andre Lewis. Prime Minister Mitchell said, and I quote, he heard the concern being expressed about the workers' status, but wishes to assure them that the company's operations continue and their services are still very much required, end quote. In its press release, formally announced the WRB settlement on Tuesday, government also stated that it is already in discussion with international agencies to procure the services of a world-class management company to operate the utility. Today, the Prime Minister confirmed that until there is a decision as to how they are going forward, the manager is in place and they do not intend to do anything about that right now. He said that the only change will be in the board of directors, but a final decision on that has not yet been made. As you plan for the holiday weekend, you need to plan with the weather in mind. And if you have a relative who is a seafarer, you need to cajole them into staying away from any excursions. That's because a severe weather warning, which has been issued by the Met Office, is in play. Rena Pierre is on that story and sends us this report.
A weather warning for the Caribbean, which had no official header or indication of its sources, has created some level of concerns to the Grenadian public. The circular forecast extreme wind and life-threatening hazardous seas in the Leeward and Windward Islands from All Year's Eve, December 31st until Tuesday, January 5th, 2021. I sought to gain a better understanding of the situation from forecaster at the Meteorological Office at the Maurice Bishop International Airport, Gerard Tema.
We have a pretty strong cold front coming off the USA continent, of the eastern seaboard, and it is expected to come down to the islands. Now, thus far, it is just to the north of the Bahamas, and it is expected to continue to move southeastwards, so that means it will come across Cuba, across the Dominican Republic, that way, okay? Now, normally at Christmas, we know we have some rough seas, and they are generally caused by these frontal systems, okay? So that is what is happening.
A marine advisory has been issued for Grenada and its dependencies for Friday, as the region will experience the effects of a cold front coming off the eastern seaboard of the U.S., which is agitating sea conditions. Tema says the forecast conditions are common at this time of the year.
Now, normally at Christmas, we know we have some rough seas, and they are generally caused by these frontal systems, okay? So that is what is happening. We can expect change in sea conditions by about Friday or Saturday. Okay. Now, at present, the islands of the Greater Antilles, Cuba, so are experiencing 9 and 10-foot waves in the area. Okay. Now, the marine forecast is by the next couple of days, we could have 8 to 9 feet of waves in open water in our area. So our seas will be rough over the weekend. Okay? And this is what happens at this time of the year, and this time it is no exception. So it's not a matter of bad weather, thunder and lightning coming to affect our region.
Tema explains that because Grenada is located far south, by the time the frontal system reaches the Lesser Antilles, the effects would not be as intense as expected on the islands, which are further north. The forecaster urges fishermen to be cautious for the next few days.
So fishermen would know if it's safe enough for them to go out, based on the size of vessels they have, etc. Generally, the northern coast and the westward coast are most affected, so we normally specify that, and we are normally ask seabathers to exercise caution, okay? And of course all the marine interests.
Similar advisories have been issued in neighboring islands. For GBN News, I am Rena Pierre reporting.
It's so important to stay safe. And while weathermen keep their eyes on the forecast, geologists are monitoring seismic activity at the La Soufrière volcano in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It has triggered fears that it may stir up activity at Grenada's undersea volcano, Kikimjeni. We get the details from Chrislina John.
St. Vincent may have dodged major impacts of COVID-19. However, the threat of the island's La Soufrière volcano now presents a major threat. Vincentians have been told to hope for the best as government plans for the worst. The alert has heightened to orange as the La Soufrière volcano enters an effusive eruption stage. All visits to the volcano site have been suspended with immediate effect. On Wednesday, GBN contacted Professor Richard Robinson of the University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center in Trinidad. He told us that what is happening at present is quite serious. However, Professor Robinson says there is no likelihood that Grenada will be impacted by the present volcanic activities.
Not anything more than It shouldn't. They're not connected. The volcanoes in the region are not directly connected. They are all cause and result from the same kind of geologic process. So they're related in that sense. But to say that if a volcano in St. Vincent erupts somehow, it will cause or stop an eruption somewhere else, it doesn't work like that. So the implications for the region, for you, will be more in terms of if the eruption affects St. Vincent, the impacts it will have outside of St. Vincent. In that case, as it is now, the kind of eruption that's happening, it shouldn't affect the rest of the islands at all.
With activities of such magnitude, it triggered questions about Grenada's underwater volcano, Kikem-Jenny.
It's as far as we know, things are sort of background level. It's quiet. Kikem-Jenny tends to, wake up, gets very active, do something in a short space of time, and then it goes back quiet. It's in one of those quiet periods.
Robinson says that increased activities have been noted at Snowfrere since November 16th. The center is expected to deploy a team to St. Vincent, and the team could arrive as soon as today. The experts say the activities experienced now is similar to what occurred in 1971 and 72, after which the volcano went dormant. La Soufrière last had an explosive eruption in March of 1979. Christina John, GBN News.
Will Sandals Grenada be delisted? The question was put to Health Minister Nicholas Steele in light of the recent cluster of COVID cases at the resort. We get more on that story from Christina John.
Since March, at least 5 individuals have been charged and fined for breaching quarantine protocols in Grenada. However, more than 2 weeks later, Sandals Resort and Spa is yet to face any repercussions after being fingered at the center of Grenada's recent cluster that gave rise to over 60 positive cases. Now that the Ministry of Health in Barbados has delisted the major hotel chain for quarantine breaches, calls have been renewed for Sandals to face similar or same consequences in the Spice Isle. GBN spoke to Minister for Health Nicholas Steele via Zoom on Thursday in light of this latest development regarding the 5-star property.
I think it's evident that the two independent governments seem to be singing from the same hymn sheet. It's the same entity, and they themselves, this entity, has drawn reference to the fact that they are present in other countries. And here is another country coming up to say, we have a problem with your performance. So it's not any different from what we have said. In our case, it has resulted in a cluster outbreak. In Barbados' case, they are pursuing further investigation, etc. But they have made a clear statement on their concerns on the protocols being followed by that institution.
Sanders has strongly refuted claims in both Grenada and Barbados that it flagrantly breached the protocols. Minister Steele says there are facilities that have been removed from the list.
And hotels and other government facilities have been delisted until they were able to show their ability to be compliant. And if they can't show that, then they would not be listed again. But we have, even in the month of December, other institutions have been delisted as well.
In October, Sandals St. Lucia also flatly denied allegations of an outbreak of COVID-19 at the resort shortly after it reopened there. Christina John, GBN News.
As of Friday, visitors to Grenada will have to pay for coronavirus tests. This comes as government upgrades the island's COVID-19 protocols. Rena Pierre tells us more.
The government announced on Tuesday that effective January 1st, 2021, all arriving travelers are required to pay a one-time $150 or 410 EC dollars coronavirus test fee. It will cover their 4-day test or any test taken while on island. Travelers can pay the test fee ahead of their trip through an online system or at the Maurice Bishop International Airport upon arrival. Health Minister Nicholas Steele told GBN today that up until now, all other travelers have been tested at the expense of the state and its strenuous financial responsibility.
But we believe a traveler who has opted to travel, some cases it's emergency for funeral or for individuals who are sick, and in some cases it's for vacation. that they should pay. It should not be, this cost should not be borne purely by the taxpayers of Grenada, that they should pay for this test in order to clear the quarantine, in order for us to determine that they are COVID-free or that they must remain in quarantine because they are COVID positive. If we just look at the week of Christmas, in fact, just the 3 days around Christmas, over 1,000 tests were performed at $410 a test. That's $410,000 that the government gave up or gave free of charge for individuals who are traveling. And it is not sustainable. That's $410,000 that could be used elsewhere in healthcare.
Effective New Year's Day, which is Friday, geofencing devices will be available for travelers in home quarantine or at designated hotel accommodations at a cost of $55 so that those individuals can be actively and continually monitored. Meanwhile, Grenada COVID-19 active cases count is on a downward trend as the Ministry of Health medically cleared 29 individuals in the last 36 hours. Minister Steele says he is satisfied with the dedicated work of the medical team so far.
The community health team, the CMO and his associates, senior medical officers, the COVID committee have performed admirably over this period in terms of the quick action, in terms of the fact that they worked full-time over Christmas as well. They didn't have a Christmas vacation at all. They didn't have time off, although we all had a very subdued Christmas, and they have performed admirably.
Grenada also recorded 3 new COVID-19 cases related to the Sandals cluster, bringing the number of active COVID-19 cases to 20. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
This is news at 7. 3 men were arrested and charged for breaching the Quarantine Act by failing to remain quarantined at their designated lodgings. Oluwa Tomisin Eritan, a 23-year-old Nigerian national, Chad Richards, a 37-year-old engineer of California, USA, and Adrian McBurney, a 49-year-old bus driver of Boca St. George, were brought before the St. George's Magistrates Court this morning. A news release from the Royal Grenada Police Force on Wednesday said the 2 foreign nationals were fined $5,000 each to be paid forthwith. Failure to comply with these orders, they will each serve 4 months at Her Majesty's prison, while McBurney, who became ill, was remanded to custody and will return to court for questioning on Thursday. Speaking of officers, 5 of them of the Royal Grenada Police Force have been awarded with Regional Security System Service medals for their service during the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian from September 23rd to November 3rd, 2019. Christelina John reports.
These officers are Sergeant 119 Mike Modest, Constable 836 Otis St. Louis, Number 43 Nicholas Noel, 626 Josh Noel, and 30 Asher Wellington. They were presented with their award at a ceremony held at police headquarters on Wednesday, December 23rd. The medals were presented by Ms. Kim Frederick, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security. These officers were recognized for their meritorious humanitarian service to the government and the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas in the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian. Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin acknowledged and congratulated the officers on behalf of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Meanwhile, Detective Corporal of Police Number 411 Delroy Caliste, attached to the Criminal Investigation Department, CID, has also come in for a high commendation by Commissioner Martin. His overall outstanding performance as a member of the Cold Case Unit. Corporal Caliste played a key role in the investigation of unsolved homicides within the state of Grenada, in which the unit successfully solved 9 homicide cases in 2020. Christelina John, GBN News.
These have been tough times, and we could all use a helping hand to get through this period. GUT Credit Union gives you the opportunity to do just that without a worry. What are you looking forward to? A relaxing staycation? Brand new appliances or devices? Consolidating your debt to get more money in your pocket? Not a member? No worries. Come in and find out how you too can make the most of this offer. Call or visit us today. Yes, you can have a brighter Christmas season with GUT Credit Union. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Food is fundamental, and at Caribbean Agro Industries Limited, we source premium quality wheat and other ingredients so you get the best results in the kitchen, bakeries and farms. For over 35 years, we've supplied Grenada with the finest flour and animal feed. The tastiest cakes, pastries or breads are baked with the region's finest flour. Buy the products you've trusted for all these years. Baker's Pride, Supreme and Sunshine Flour. Get the best from your farm animals with our master mixed feed brands. Support local. Buy products that are made in Grenada. Call us on 440-2954 or visit us at Mount Gay St. George or check our Facebook page. Caribbean Agro Industries Limited, a subsidiary of ADM. Unlocking nature, enriching life.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100-pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas? Get Rubis, get going.
Voyager Main Store is your favorite home goods store, and Voyager 2 stocks all your Christmas items. Both are located on Granby Street, St. George, on the upper and lower floors. Beautify your home this season with curtains from Voyager 2. Get 5 pieces for $75 or 4 pieces for $100. We also have a wide range of Christmas lights and Christmas trees with and without decorations. Voyager and Voyager 2. Check them out in downtown St. George's today.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good, old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is 21 and a half minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Thank you, those of you who stuck with us. Thanks for your patience. Those of you just getting up out of bed and turning on GBN in whatever platform you're watching us on, happy to have you this morning. It is Talk the Things Thursday. That's right, going to give you a topic this morning. We're dealing with 2 things this morning. So much has been happening. I can't just give you one. I want to hear what y'all saying, right? Talk the Things Thursday. Let me go. 1. Government says no fete, no partying, but certain hotels and the RGPF can have fireworks display. Watch it from your place. Wall, you find that making sense? You making sense or it not making sense? Fireworks, watch it from your place. The next thing, Grenada sales. Yesterday, government said they got the funds to pay back to repurchase the shares from WRB from government coffers. All you find about that. 2, that what we talking the things about. 1, fireworks. 2, we buy it with we own money. There we go. Talk the things Thursday. Landline 435-2041. WhatsApp 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. I beg oh. No voice or video calls. No voice notes, no YouTube links, no pictures, no videos. Only written messages on WhatsApp. You can also share your thoughts and talk the things on Facebook and YouTube. First caller, I feel I know who they. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom.
Good morning, Tanti.
How are you?
I am good. How are you doing?
I'm happy to hear this morning again. I know this is the last day in 2020, and we know this year has gone by so evil-minded. Yet that we had things didn't right for us, but you were right for us, Blossom. You are a loving person in the air. We love you. We will miss you on vacation, but you enjoy every bit of it.
Thank you, Tanti. I will do that.
Take lots of rest.
I shall try.
Remember, take care of your health.
I will.
Look out for your mom, your husband, your daughter, and all families close to you. Just say a word of prayer for everyone in Grenada, Caribbean, PD, Martinique. And they must remember, with Blossom and the air, we know and learn something. She's a very good person. She knows what she's doing and she knows what she's saying. When Blossom is here, we get everything we need. Blossom, God bless you. Be careful of what you do and how you're doing it. Sleep lots. Wake up late, but not too late. Don't wait the sunshine you in bed too much, because you know you're always up at the early bird, and you have to come to the every morning early. So don't oversleep, because the time will come again where you have to get up early. Just take your time and rest and wake up in the morning. Give thanks to God. Pray for the people of the world, because you do always. You look out for everyone. The good, the bad, the happy, the sad. We all are God's children, and Grenada, Caribbean, PD, because of us children of God. Love one another. Pray a lot. Ask God to help save us all from the coronavirus. Don't let it come back in 2021, because this is a new year we're taking now. We end 2020. We don't know what 2021 will bring. Let us give thanks to God and ask His blessing and His forgiveness for what we have done wrong in 2020.
Okay.
God bless you, Blossom.
Thank you, Tanti. You too. All the best for the new year.
Vacation.
I will.
Remember Tanti in your prayer.
Thank you very much.
God bless you,
I will. All right. Talk the things Thursday. Government repurchasing Grenlec shares from WRB according to the minister, the money came from the state. And fireworks tonight, but watch from your own place. What we thinking, what we saying, what we talking. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning, how you do?
I'm doing good.
All right, go ahead.
Bless the Lord to see the last day.
Amen.
Yes. Concerning the Grenlec shares, and I believe that no, I don't believe what they said about the money, because they said they didn't have no money to give the teachers, and if they don't have to give the teachers and they don't have to do this and they have to do that, I think I personally don't drink that medicine at all. And then the other one is about the what the other one is?
Fireworks, but watch it from home.
Right, the fireworks. I just joke, because what I say, that's only for tongue. What's about for St. Andrews? So that's just a tongue. So that'll come for me. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, caller. My favorite line, I ain't drink that medicine. Thank you very much, caller. Talk the things Thursday. Watch the fireworks from your own place. Don't come outside. We still have curfew. The second topic, we bought these shares from WRB with money from the state. What we saying, what we thinking, what we talking. I find I like that. All to remind me when I return. What we saying, what we thinking, what we talking. Oh, let's see how things happen. There we go. Somebody on YouTube says, I think that money is coming from Russia. How come that money was never mentioned in the budget? Right, let me go back. What's up? I come in there just now. Morning, caller.
Good morning, Citizen Welsh. Greetings.
Morning, Citizen Rollo.
Listen, Citizen Welsh, some very powerful things came out of that press conference yesterday morning. I want Grenadians to pop up the ears and listen to me for a while. I heard the so-called ministers make mention of one. Savings over the proper fiscal management over the years. How can we have savings, Citizen Welsh, if our implementation rate is only 40 to 50%? Citizen Welsh, I also learned that COVID saved us. So we did not do certain things, so that money went across there to help us. Sounds good, ain't it? But Citizens Welsh, how many other things in this here country have been financed outside of the knowledge of the people through that form of management of the government, of the people's money? Now, I don't want to take very much time this morning, but this will continue the discussion. Just ask you to answer, look at these questions. But I want to call on the so-called Governor General of this country. As established in the so-called Constitution, Section 63 says that she has to be in the mix with the Prime Minister on the governance of the country. No more can they hide from the people the involvement of the office of the Governor General in the governance of the country. And therefore, I wish to call upon her immediately to convene a judicial, and referring to here, a judge-led financial forensic investigation into the government spending and handling of the people's money since 1995 to now. Because what has been told there tells us that this is one of the ways they've been channeling the people's money through different sources, diverting it to run their own businesses, Citizen Welch. This can't end here. I am asking the Governor General if she wants to save her name as to be not known as one of the major conspirators in this organized crime syndicate that today governs this country, to convene a forensic investigation into the spending of the people's money in this here country. We'll continue to talk about it, but I just had to sound this alarm. There's much more in the mortar beside the pestle in this thing. Have a nice... Oh, by the way, I wish you God's richest blessings that you go up on your vacation.
Thank you very much.
Trusting that 2021 will be better. Have a nice day, will you?
Thank you very much, Citizen Rollo. Thank you for the blessings. Hopefully it will be better for each and every one of us as well. Thank you so much. Let's see what is on the WhatsApp. Talk the things Thursday. Somebody on WhatsApp says... That's Pappy Show Fireworks, the seawater that will see them. That all talk about buyback Grenlec. We ain't stupid. We can do our maths, and the same man who mismanaged Grenlec to load shedding is the same talker that they have in front. But just like they lied about the free stadium, then we had to pay and oil and gas disappear. So we will hear who go pay. Good morning, caller.
Yes, my dear. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
I mean, Dr. Mitchell think Grenadians dead are they stupid. There's so many things that you cannot support. You cannot pay the teachers their 4%. You cannot give the people back their dock payment or the money that you withdraw from their salaries because they legally protested against you. But you have money now to buy. Who does man think Grenadians are? He's a liar. All of them, Bowen, the Prime Minister, are lying to the Grenadian public. And it's time that this thing stop. I don't usually like to talk about these things, but it hurt my heart to hear that conference. And when they asked them a question yesterday about where is the money coming from, they say something, then Mr. Joseph come and he says something. Watch, Grenadians, wake up and go on your knees. Because where we are being brought is not where God intends for us. Get up, repent, and go on your knees and pray for your country. If not, we'll be no way. We might be just have to swim out to find a place to go one of these days. Because we believe that money came from China. Because just before the beginning of this crisis we have here, they said there was some Chinese that come in at midnight or something. They came to buy Grenlec. We heard it. And so they come and tell us some nonsense about the government because of the fiscal discipline and the blah, blah. Oh, my God, it's a shame. The world is listening to what's taking place. We have to be ashamed. So I'm urging Grenadians, we have been deceived by this government for many years. We need to go on our knees. We need to ask God to intervene and pray for our country. And let us not sit down and believe next year will be better because they have the agenda of the Antichrist is already out for 2021. So let us look for it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Jeremiah. Somebody on YouTube says, I feel hurt that they prioritize this WRB project over our developing health and education systems. WhatsApp. Hope I come in and big up just now. Somebody on WhatsApp says, the NNP administration is really behaving like NDC in the past. They're confusing the Grenadian people. Another WhatsApper says, those fellas can lie well. They can take milk out of coffee. I like that phrase. They can take milk out of coffee. Okay. Somebody else on WhatsApp. I don't think it's wise to allow fireworks for some people to witness and others can't. It's an event people, especially children, look forward to. It's better you don't have the event than create privileges. Too much double standards. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning, how are you?
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you very much. Many happy returns.
I wish all the bright and prosperous New Year.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Happy anniversary to Uncle Timmy. And Blossom, now more than ever, we really need transparency and accountability. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. WhatsApp. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Facebook. YouTube, right. Somebody on WhatsApp says this pure nonsense, wasting money on fireworks for just a selected few. 1. How can someone in Crowshoe, for example, stay home and view the fireworks? I think that's only for the hotels to make money from the poor man. My advice, people, stay at your home and don't try to go get no pass to see no fireworks. Stay home, you all won't die. It's not the air that you're breathing, so it's a must. Who's paying for the fireworks that the police are given permission to display for themselves and the selected few? We salute our frontliners, but that's not the way to honor them. They're not all living in the south, but throughout the island. They did not speak about people asking to get passes to go view the fireworks. They said stay home. So I'm not sure what you meant when you said the hotels will make money from the poor man. We're not free fireworks, actually. It'll be free fireworks. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. I believe the Governor General has to close down Grenada and find out where we get his blood money from.
Thank you very much. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, hey, the government was complaining to the public servants that they didn't have money as a result of COVID, so they can't honor the 4% due to them, and also to return their dock salaries. But they can have US $63 million. Something is short. No. But they can have $63 US million. Something is surely wrong. Don't believe it's our money at all. It's from another source, I think. Hold on, let me start over Old Lang Syne. All right, so let me go back by the landline. Talk the things Thursday. Hold on. Yes. Talk the things Thursday. 1. Watch fireworks from your own place. 2. We got the money to repurchase the Grenlec shares from the government's coffers. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning. Happy last day in the year, sweetheart.
Thank you. Many happy returns.
And your family for the new year.
Thank you.
I want to say to these people and them. My grandmother used to tell us, you see how all your lines dry? I want them to put a little baking powder, a little black pepper in their eyes, so when they lie, they cry. We go, say, poor thing, they lying, but they crying. Last time you're going to tell me a government have the people of this country vote for you 3 times, you get all the seat. We don't have equipment in the hospital. Even our women here vote for all you. Don't have a machine to do a mammogram in the general hospital. If we have to do a brain scan, you can go in the general hospital to do it. And you have this $60 million sit down there instead of using it in the country to help the people that vote for all you hold it there until you could go and buy over the shares in Grenlec to turn it over to another person to run because they say they don't want to run it, But you have all this money when the poor teachers Christmas to buy food, buy things for the children and make them happy. You take out all this money. I wonder if the money they reduct from the public sector, if they have that makeup in it too. You have all this money in the piggy bank just to buy over a company while the horse is starving. While the grass is growing, the horse is starving. Come on, Mr. Bowen and Mr. Oliver Joseph. You don't do that to the Grenadian people. We deserve better than that. Have a good morning, my sister.
Thank you very much, caller. You enjoy yours as well. Let me see. Hold on, Mikhail. We'll go to the ad just now. Somebody on WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says... Hold on. Start over. Old Lang Syne. Always have to ensure I have my musical accompaniment. Somebody on WhatsApp says, Public servants are being asked not to take the 4% in January due to the low funds, and the $1 million owed to teachers cannot be paid due to having no money. Ha ha ha. Where does secret money come from? Another WhatsApper says, Miss Jeremiah get bad this morning, but she's right. This makes the budget null and void. They are hiding the money. The government think we the people stupid. Let me take this final caller, Mikhail, before we go to the break. And yes, let me take one more caller before we go to the break. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning, how you do?
I'm fine, and I hope you're fine, and all the best for the new year.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Blossom, what's going on with these people? All of them have Alzheimer's, or they reach back infant stage, and they don't understand what's going on in Grenada. How these people could take us for a fool? The government has been running the country in a deficit over the last few years, going back to Parliament for more money, going back to Parliament. And they're telling us they save that money through their prudence and whatever thing ruling out the country. Who they're telling that thing is little children in preschool, they could tell that because they can answer and think. Stop this foolishness. I want the government to know that we are not taking this foolishness, these lies, and stop thieving the money from us. Because let me tell you something. I personally believe that this government has been robbing us from the cable and wireless shares. That's why they could buy Grenada channel. Because we buy shares from cable and wireless, and they never, they put it under some, what do you call these things? I forget the name what they call it. And they put it under some other shareholding thing. And we don't know nothing about the cable and wireless shares. We want our cable and wireless shares, and I doubt they put it on some stock market or something. And we don't know about our current cable and wireless shares, so we don't know if it was them that was profiting from our cable and wireless shares that they could come and buy Grenada now. But tell them, come and tell us the truth. Pensioners want their money, teachers want their money, Dawson Charles want their money, Gemma Bain want their money, and we as cable and wireless shareholders want we money too. Come clean, otherwise we don't buy one share from Glenlake. Sell it for another foreigner again. Have a good day, because they cannot do the foreigners what they're doing to us in Grenada. Maliwes. Bye.
Thank you very much, caller. It's been a while since I've heard poor Maliwes. Thank you very much, caller. At this point, let's take a very quick break, and then we're going to come back inside with some more Talk the Things Thursday. This is Good Morning Grenada on Classic GBN Hot 98. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
We offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Get the Christmas feeling at Dean's Mattress today and all through the holiday season. Dean's is bringing you absolute great Christmas cheer. Your reward? Supportive, a comfortable feel when you get a mattress from Dean's this Christmas season. Special offers on beds, foam, divans, and mattresses. Call Dean's today about your needs for odd size mattresses, baby crib mattresses, and mattresses for yachts. And of course, all the smart shoppers who placed your items on layaway, get them today. The special offer from Dean's. Free delivery island-wide and to the boat for the Carriacou and Pity Martinique customers. Call Dean's now, 440-3240 or 440-0552. Dean's Mattress, where quality is never compromised. Merry Christmas from Dean's Mattress.
Do you want to win loads of prizes this Christmas with BIP? Join our Spin to Win promotion to win exciting prizes daily. Here's how. Go to the Discover section of the BIP app. Search for the Spin to Win channel and click follow. Once you have followed the channel, click the Spin Now button, choose your device type, select your country, and wait for the wheel to start spinning. Be quick. When your wheel lands on the correct prize of the day, screenshot the prize and send your screenshot to the Spin to Win chat to enter the promotion. Click the Daily Updates button to get updates on the prize you are required to spin for each day, and also to know if you are the lucky winner of the day.
A Merry Christmas, spin and win with Bib.
Talk the Things Thursday. Thank you and welcome back to Talk the Things Thursday. Two things we're talking about this morning. One, enjoy the fireworks but stay in your place. Two, we got the money to repurchase Grenlex shares from government's coffers. What we saying, what we thinking, what we talking. Oh, I like it. Good morning, caller. Lost Blossom, look, you're panicking, man. Good morning, caller.
Morning, greetings, Blossom.
Greetings, how you do?
Yeah, good for the while, just fighting up with the weather here, so, you know. But I want to say greetings especially for this coming new year. The tomorrow will splash on us. I hope we get some sun to show us the brightness. But my real contribution this morning, sister, is that I want to say our Governor General, I don't know if she's feeling shame, embarrassed to know that she's been weighing such a cruel thing upon her stomach, representing the Queen in our country, our little black-faced people in this country. I think it's time that Grenadians wake up and realize our ancestors have more power than anything on the face of the earth. When they're ready to roll the sea, they turn the thunder, they flash the lightning. Give up the kind of thing they keep us with for so many years, 400 years of Christianity foolishness, keeping us backward and out of context. Time that black people wake up and see we are people for ourselves. If we hold ourselves together, nobody would hold us together for us. My sister, all the best for the new year. All the best to Grenadians. All the best to we black African people right around the world. The time is now. That is the Armageddon. We're getting it together. Give thanks.
Give thanks. Thank you and all the best for 2021 as well. YouTube. Quite a few comments on YouTube. Let's see. Somebody on YouTube says, I think the money... No, I read that one. Stop. I am wondering if the briefcase of money that they say the Prime Minister got that resurfaced. We need answers. Where did the money come from? Another YouTuber says, the £1 million that came from the English Prime Minister, where is it? It don't belong to government. It is mine from since 1980. Another YouTuber says, we need to ask the US to send the FBI to investigate the government. I don't have a problem with buying back the shares. Just want to know, where did the money come from? Let me go to WhatsApp before I go back by the landlines. You two are coming back. Fret not. Fret not. I'll be back, YouTube. Somebody else on WhatsApp. This is not adding up. If indeed the state had that money, why the Chinese loan for the airport? The government of the day have me confused. We have 200 million in reserve, but you can't pay the public servants 4% because of fiscal space. That government ain't ready yet. And that fireworks waste of time. Seems they like to give us sounding cymbals. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. How you do?
I'm all right, you know.
All right.
I want to wish you a happy New Year.
Thank you very much.
And I believe I will see you a man in for the New Year.
Ah, good. Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much.
And what I want to say is that I want to ask Mr. Cuthbert and Mr. Boyne and Mr. Oliver Joseph, What's about the phone bill with Sheldon Scott? If they pay back the phone bill and get the money, if that is the money they get from the phone bill and make up to pay Grenlet, and tell them, I say, the teachers and them, they waiting on them for the New Year. They decide on the country for the virus. We're going to shut down the country for the money. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, caller. Somebody on, let me go back by Facebook. Let me see. Somebody on Facebook says, Grenada, we get a government we deserve. We can sit down. Another Facebooker says, fireworks should be enjoyed by the nation's people. Don't waste it. Another Facebooker, me and Peter waiting by the gate, real fire, bro. And also, please don't let old woman drag their behinds on you and your gang. Another Facebooker says, tell us where the money come out. I like to read it with the passion I think it's been written. And a WhatsApper says, close down again and save more money. Hold on, there's more to it. People wise up. Mr. Bristol exposed Gregor so much last night, I hope he sleep. And only if the 15 of them that put what they stock up. But with these liars, they run the best set of managers, WRB. No, people look out, Grenadians. That man is doing what he said when y'all jump and clap. Yeah. Close down again and save more money. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How you do?
Fine, thanks.
All right, go ahead.
I just want to let Grenadians know. Let's open our eyes, forget politics, party colors for one moment. Yesterday's briefing really opened a can of worms. It tells me that the government of Grenada is a bunch of liars. The two head crooks, and now they're molding Oliver Joseph to be the third one. They have been using state resources for their personal benefits. Because he said the money is from capital project because of COVID. It tells me you have the health system in such a crisis. The Molyneux Road, and you have that money and you're using it just to come back for your benefit. What has Grenlec really owed to these guys from the time they came in over 26 years? They have been behind Grenlec to take back. I am going to look, waiting, I hope I can see the day that what Mr. Bowen says about the renewables that we'll see, because it's the same government came back and they smashed the law, so Grenlec could not have done anything for energy renewable in Grenada. My God bless them. I hope that the British government could have just come in and investigate this whole bunch of corrupt dirtiness that we have run in this country. Sad to call them in that way. They're not honorable because they have been mashing up our country and nobody cares. That's why I'm asking people, forget politics and color this morning. Let us deal with things as openness as citizens. The nurses want better equipment. The teachers, they want monies. And you have schools to be repaired, and you're going to save that money to buy back a company just for your interest as you had run it down in the time past. Shame on Grenadians if you continue to vote this present administration when the next time comes. Blossom, I wish you a happy Christmas, happy New Year. The staff at GBN, we thank you, and I wish other radio stations could have more programs whereby Grenadians can vent their views, because we are being stifled. Everything has to come from the GIS. We want to hear firsthand before they go through and they're filtered. We want unfiltered news. We want things that we can express ourselves. So Grenadians, wake up. Time to open our eyes. Don't be colorblind. Don't be fooled by $2 and by what you can get from your people. But let us hope that this 2021 will bring a change, and I really wish we can have a forensic audit to find out where all Grenadian taxpayers' money have been used for all of the years gone by. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. I wish you all the best for 2021 as well. YouTube, Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, true, that's what we want to know. We want the money from Mr. Sheldon Scott. Yeah, we don't forget we don't forget all you too wicked. Oh, we don't forget all you too wicked. Okay. YouTube, somebody on YouTube says, this Grenlec fiasco, like the Shrimp Farm Marketing Board and all the other failed projects, clearly smells like corruption and criminality. Where is the Commissioner of Police and the DPP? Somebody else on YouTube simply says, FBI, please help us. Let me go back by WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, you need a day pass to the hotel in order to see the fireworks. And somebody else is inquiring, actually, are they given passes to go to the hotels to see the fireworks? Or they are given passes, not that I know of. The news release didn't say so I'm not aware if they are given passes. Actually, I doubt, because they said stay home and watch the fireworks. Another WhatsApper says, I just don't understand why the government think we Grenadians are so dumb to just swallow that this millions of US dollars came from our coffers. It pains me. Another WhatsApper says, I think this is a low blow for our leaders. I'm so disappointed in this government. Shameless people. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning, Blossom.
Morning.
Season greetings.
Thank you. Many happy returns.
Happy New Year. Yes.
Thank you very much.
For you and your family. Blossom, I want to congratulate the government for really, doing a good job in that tribunal case and getting Grenada back, Grenlec back into the hands of Grenadians, And listening to the ministers yesterday, who talking about, the shares where the money coming from. What was said that it will not go back in the hands of foreign monopoly. And I want to say that I believe in 1994, the NDC government at that time, I believe that law that they passed, the sale of Grenlec to a foreign company, was not in the interest of our Grenadian people. And when you look at the history where Grenlec came from, when you look at what work done in the revolution, bringing electrification in Carriacou, Petit Martinique, in the 80s, city walk, 95% of the country was electrified under the management of Mr. Gregory Bowen, and Prime Minister today was the Minister of Public Utilities. 95 places like Montreal, Munich, and so on, who didn't have power. 95% of the country was electrified at that time when it was sold. So, I am baffled when I hear one or two, not the majority of the people, because the majority of these people in this country really happy to know and thinking about how much shares they're going to buy in Grenlec. So what really happened? Both parties decided that they wouldn't do any press release until the 29th. That was the deadline. But lo and behold, you had one team going out in press, and many of the detractors and the opposers and so on running with it. But I believe in the interest of Grenada, let's all work together in the development and bring economic benefits to our people.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You do the same. All right, let me see. I have time for maybe 2 more comments. Let me see. YouTube. Somebody on YouTube says, I am calling on the opposition leader to call the FBI to investigate where this money comes from. This is a cause for revolution. Let us wake up, Grenadians. Another YouTuber says, after 26 years, the 2 crooks finally get what they run to the ground. Grenlick. Facebook says, we need outside help. Grenadians cannot take no more pressure. Please, the UK and the US, step in. Back on WhatsApp, somebody says, this government is a satanic one. Another WhatsApper says, yesterday I listened to the news conference and it was an insult to my intelligence to hear the lies coming from... Work with me, WhatsApp. The lies coming from our administration. It was like a comedy show, and the dodging of the questions, it wasn't an all mess. It was an all messed, as the Prime Minister said in the past. I cried and I am sad. Grenadians, wake up. This administration is a failure, and if I had holy water, I would have given that to yesterday to drink, as they did in the past when to tell a lie. All right, that's all we have time for today in Talk the Things Thursday, but the conversation continues in To The Point. Myself and my colleague here at the GBN, Godfrey Augustine, of course, will continue to talk about the Grenlec issue and the repurchasing of those shares. To The Point starts at 9 with myself and Godfrey. At this point, I'm going to bid you all a blessed day. Those of you heading out, have yourselves a good one. And just before I sign off, I have to send Happy New Year to one of my little fans, 4-year-old Hope Louison of Laborie, St. George. A happy Thursday to you. She tunes in every day. I got a video yesterday from Rena that she recorded just for me. Thank you very much, Hope. I wish you all the best for the rest of your day. Have a good one, and all the best for 2021 to you and your family. Let's now get ready for the BBC's 8 a.m. newscast. Have yourselves a good day, everybody.